Christine, and today I am here in the studio with Sarah, who is the brilliance behind Curiouser Entertainment. Curiouser Entertainment is a high-quality character party and performance company, and her characters are phenomenal. You should check her out on Instagram at Curiouser Entertainment. And today Sarah is going to teach us the basics of stage makeup.
That's right. Hi everyone, please welcome Angeline, and she's going to let me do her makeup. So I always love to start off with a foundation, and these NYX Total Drops are great. You can get them at most drugstores, Target. And I'm just going to take the drop and I squeeze the top, open it up, and I'll just drop a couple drops onto my hand, just so I don't put too much foundation on her face. Because she's young and has beautiful skin, so she doesn't need very much foundation. See, I'm just going to lightly tap all over to make sure it gets spread evenly on this one side. And then I'm going to blend that out before I go in and get some more on the other side. Blend, blend, blend. If you want to keep your eyes closed, you can do that, whatever is comfortable for you. And this is just a light foundation. We are not trying to cover anything. We just want to add some color to her face, because the stage lights tend to wash us out. So we just want to add a little bit of color, a little pop. If you want to close your eyes, I'm going to put a little bit on her lid too. And if you are planning to add eyeshadow, you can go ahead and add that on your own. I'm not going to do eyeshadow in this tutorial, so I think that's an extra step. But if you want to add eyeshadow, adding a little bit of foundation on the lid is a nice little base to hold that eyeshadow. Perfect. And I'm just bouncing. I'm not spreading. I'm bouncing the sponge. That keeps the foundation from looking streaky, and that helps it give a better coverage. Bounce, bounce. All right, I'm going to add some more. This is actually a really good shade for her, but the good thing about these Total Drops is they're so easy to mix. So if you are having a hard time finding the right shade, you can just mix them up. You want to go like this? Perfect. And if you get a little on their lips, it's totally fine, because you'll fix it with the lipstick. And it actually adds a nice little base for the lipstick as well, so you get a true color. Perfect. We don't, like I said, we don't want to fully cover anything up. We're just adding some color. Perfect. And I'm still just bouncing, bounce, 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 making sure it's even, nice and spread out. If you feel like you have too much on the sponge, you can switch sides. I like to do that to kind of buff it out a little bit so it's not too heavy. Perfect. Going under the nose, we can get a little bit of redness under the nose here, so I'm just gonna go in under there just lightly, because like I said, she's still young and has fantastic, beautiful skin. Perfect. All right, and now we're just gonna go and finish up that other side. Add a few more drops. If you want to trim your chin, perfect. This is great. I really love these Total Drops. They're fantastic. You don't really need very much. It does a lot of coverage. I'm just using a very light amount, and when you see, we are getting a lot of coverage with it. Like I said, you can find these at Target, Ulta. I think sometimes CVS's have them. I know they carry NYX. Yeah, most places you can go, you can find them. Also, any other foundation will work for this. You can use the same techniques with anything, and you can even mix other foundations as well. You don't need this exact brand if you have something that you like instead. A little too much on that nose. Out. Great. And if you want to look up for me, I'm going to get under her eyes as close as I can without making her uncomfortable. We don't need to get too much in there. Great. I also typically like to, before I do foundation, I'll put some moisturizer on and some primer. You don't need primer. You don't really even need moisturizer. I just like to do it. I think it helps it to blend a little bit easier. you don't have to spend as long on this step if you use some moisturizer or primer. Now that looks fantastic. It just smooths everything out, got an extra little bit of color on her face. So for the next step, I'm going to just lightly fill in her eyebrows. So the point of being on stage, if you're a dancer, you are using your body to express yourself, but you're also using your face to tell the story. And the two really important parts of your face are your eyes and your lips. So you want those to be able to pop out on the stage. So I'm just lightly going to fill in her brows so we can get a nice frame around those eyes. And you can keep your eyes open and you want to turn your head that way. Perfect. And I'm not drawing them in. I'm not making a brand new shape. I'm just filling in her natural brows. And like I said, with any of these steps, if you want to add more, you absolutely can. If you have an older dancer, I think adding a little bit more makeup is great. If you want to make that foundation completely covered, you can do that. If you want it just a little bit, perfect. If you don't want to put it all over the face, you just want to cover up any blemishes, that's good too. Eyebrows, just filling in. I'm not adding a new shape, but you absolutely can if you need to. See, that looks great. Just filled in a little bit of color. Right, we'll do the other side. And it'd be great if you could take your young dancer or performer to the store with you. If you go to a store like Ulta or Sephora, they'll be able to help you match that color perfectly. If your dancer or performer has blonde hair, I say go 1 or 2 shades darker than that hair color. If they have dark hair, darker brown hair, 1 or 2 shades lighter. And with her hair color, this pencil is actually really great and is matching. I say to match or go 1 shade darker. This is so pretty. Just filling in. If you have an eyebrow brush, you can use that to smooth it out, and that'll help blend it out too. Even just look in front, that looks great. So pretty. All right, and that's that. That's easy step. All right, next is mascara. Now I'm skipping eyeliner and I'm skipping eyeshadow. I think those are a little bit more advanced. For probably older dancers, they might want to go and do the eyeliner and eyeshadow. For younger dancers, I think mascara is perfect. It'll open up the eye and help it pop. All right, here we go. If you want to look straight forward, I'm going to only go on your top lash. Here we go. So you can have them look straight ahead and lightly brush. And you see how she's blinking along with it? That's actually really helpful because that helps her eyelashes curl up if you don't have an eyelash curler. If you do have an eyelash curler, I would curl those lashes before doing this step so they don't stick to the curler because that can be a little painful. But if you curl them, hold them for about 5 seconds and then you can start putting the mascara on. And if your young dancer feels more comfortable trying this themselves, let them try. It's a great way to learn, and they'll need to be doing makeup on stage, so they'll learn sometime. And you have such beautiful eyelashes. So this is all you need to get that nice big pop. And you might see that you're getting a little bit of that black color up on top. That's okay. We'll just wipe it away with a Q-tip when we're done. We just want to make sure we get all this on. Now to get a little more coating, I'm going to have you look down slightly. Perfect. I'm going to wiggle back and forth. And I'm going to just go in and get a little bit more. And I'm going to wiggle that. And that helps it get onto every single lash. And we're wiggling. And you can spend longer on this step if you want, if you really want a nice bold eyelash, but I think right now that looks really good. So I do see that we have a little bit of black up above her lashes, which is fine. If you're adding eyeshadow, it'll be no problem. But if not, look, it just wipes away. If you do it right after, it's still wet, so it'll just wipe off really easily. If you are doing eyeshadow, eyeliner, or false lashes, I recommend doing this order. After the eyebrows, do the eyeshadow, followed by eyeliner. Then if you're adding the fake eyelashes, I always put a line of glue down right on top of the eyeliner and then also on the lash line. and then I wait. I let that sit for about 30 seconds so it gets tacky, and then I put the eyelash on. You can also add mascara while you wait for it to dry, move on to the cheeks, to go back at it, and I do 2 layers of mascara. A layer before I put on the fake eyelashes and a layer after. So I'm gonna go and do the other side. I'm gonna turn just slightly. Perfect, that's great. All right, and like, just look straight at me. And she is blinking a little bit, and that is perfectly fine. That just helps push those eyelashes up. Great. And if you want to go ahead and start looking slightly down, maybe like right about here, great. If you give them direction on where to look, it makes it so much easier. Sometimes when people are doing your makeup, you're not sure where to look. This side is going on a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the little wiggle motion. If you want to go ahead and look back down about right here, perfect. Wiggle. That's just making sure all those little lashes get coated. Keep looking there, perfect, good job. And that is beautiful. I'm going to look at them. You want to look at the camera? Oh, don't they look so pretty? They're nice and bold. Now you can do some mascara on the bottom. I don't think she needs it. She has really beautiful bright eyes, so she doesn't need it. So we'll skip that for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add some blush. Now this is one of the most important parts, I think, because it also helps add some color. We don't want to look super washed out and colorless. That'll make us look sick on stage. So we've got this beautiful shade that is actually really good for her skin and hair tone. So that, like I said, if you want to go into Ulta and Sephora, have someone help you pick out a good blush shade, perfect. If not, just go with something bright that you think will look good on your young performer skin. You want to smile for me? I'm just going to put them on the apples of her cheeks like that. Now that might not be where you wear it in normal day-to-day life, and that's okay. We're a little bit over the top when we're on the stage. We don't walk around with lights on our face all the time, so we need it a little bit larger than life. This also adds a youthfulness to the face, which I think is really sweet. I also do like to go up around the temples. That's a trick from Marilyn Monroe's makeup artist. She always had blush around her temples because she believed that it helped make her younger and flush. I like to always add that. I think that's a nice extra step. Beautiful. Can you see the color difference between this side and this side? Bright and colorful, a nice beautiful pop. And this side is still beautiful too, but we are missing that pop of color. And so we're gonna get that right now. You wanna look and smile. You might get a shade that you only need to go in one time, and that's it. This shade's a little bit more translucent, which is great because it's buildable. So I can just keep going in, building in on that. And that's fine too. I'm gonna go in on those temples, add that pop of color. Youthful flush, just so sweet. Oh, so pretty. This is a really great color on you. And now I'm gonna have her look towards the light so I make sure it's even. Looks pretty even to me. Just go in. If you go into the sunlight after doing your child's makeup and you see that it's not even, you can fix it later on. Most of this you can keep building, but once you put on a powder, I would not put on a liquid over the powder. So if you want to touch up foundation after you do your blush down here or up here, that's fine, but probably don't want to go back in over that blush. All right, next we're gonna do the lips. This is another part where it's important to have a nice pop of color. So if you wanna open kind of into a weird smile, kind of like this. Perfect, so silly. I like to start personally out on the corners and work my way down. I am not overdrawing her lips. We are keeping this a youthful, bright look. We don't want to make her look overdrawn or older than she is. We are just trying to enhance the features that she already has for the audience to see from the stage under the bright lights. Perfect. So I go around the outside and I also fill in with the pencil. This keeps the lipstick on. This helps it stay. And then as she's maybe drinking water or she may be eating a snack between shows or during intermission, it'll help that lipstick stay on there so then she won't go back on stage and there's just a line and a line. it'll stay all over the lip. This is also a really beautiful shade on you too. Now I'm doing the same thing. I'm not overdrawing. I'm just going on her natural lip line. I'm going on the other side. Sometimes going on your non-dominant side can be a little tricky. That's okay. We have Q-tips. Q-tips and makeup wipes are our friend. Good, and now I'm just filling in just like I did before with the liner. Filling in, filling in. Can you make that funny face again and kind of try to put it up over your teeth? Yeah, that's it. It's a silly face, but it works. You want to make sure you get that top lip flat as possible. It's a little tricky, but she's doing a great job. And now the finishing touch, the lipstick. This is also a NYX brand, which you can find in CVS, Target. Great, they have everything for really fair prices. Another good brand to find is e.l.f. This you can mostly find at Target and Ulta. You can also get it online at Ulta. This brand you can get, probably this was about $3. It's fantastic and it's high quality and cruelty free. It's great. All right, you want to do that same funny face? Oh, perfect. You're a pro now. And look, this is the like similar color, but we're just going on top, making sure that lipstick isn't going to go anywhere for the performance. Just adds an extra pop. And that's what this whole video is about, just getting that pop, some bright colors. Making the face still look young, but just a little more vibrant under the harsh lights on the stage. And you want to go like this, rub them together. Perfect. Now I see that a place where I messed up a little. I'm just going to take this Q-tip. If you want to go like this, see how the line got a little crooked? That's totally fine. I'm just going to go in with that Q-tip. If you see that it's not really going anywhere, just take your foundation again, drop it on your hand, and then take your sponge. Now your sponges, those can be any kind of sponges. But I do like these kinds of sponges because we've got this sharp flat part. And so I'm going to use that sharp flat part, go right under there and clean up that line. And that makes it so easy because it's already giving you a pretty straight line. You just kind of have to follow it around. Good. I always do this. I always clean up. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody can make really a straight line. So it's all right if you've got to clean up. If you have to clean up between every single step, that is fine too. Perfect. Just making sure we have that nice and blended out. And there you go. That's how you do some stage makeup, basic stage makeup for a young performer or dancer. And you can build up on all of these steps if you wish. Great job.